Khan, you are the biggest fucking dick rider in fucking 2K. This is why I haven't played 2K in so long.
This is why, because let me tell you, because he got really pissed because he a bitch and he's ass at the game.
Bro, I lost by 3 points. 3 or 5 points, bro. Fuck you, bro. Dick right in
bro can't just handle D Rose in his prime, bro.
Anyways, really guys, welcome back to Boys Men Podcast. Khan is back. Roll the intro. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Boys Men Podcast. Khan is back. Say what's up, bro.
I am back. Hello. I have missed you guys. I hope you guys have liked the past interviews. I've been behind the camera the entire time, so I haven't really left.
I've honestly missed our conversations, so I'm glad you're back, big boy. Anyways, guys, so before the episode starts, I want you guys to check the description, the Ko-Fi page. Check it out, guys. If you guys subscribe to our Ko-Fi page, it means a lot because, you know, it helps the show grow. It helps us buy new equipment so we can improve the show. So also send us your feedback and leave ratings on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button if you're watching this on YouTube. All right, let's get into it. Okay. So me and Khan have a really, really good topic for you guys today. And it's actually kind of realistic. It's going to be pointed towards more of the, what'd you say, like 18-year-old audience.
Around the time you graduate.
Yeah.
And you're going into summer.
Yeah. You kind of get flooded with all these decisions. You know, you have like, oh, am I going to college? Or, oh, am I going to move out? Or I'm just going to stay at my parents' house, work a job. You know, soft boy shit, not top G shit. You feel me?
Yeah,
Andrew Tate. Anyways. Oh my God. I keep talking about Andrew Tate, bro.
He thinks he's Andrew
I am literally top G, bro. I'm top G. I'm top G, bro.
Okay,
all right,
bro.
let's go.
Okay, bro.
So, Khan, you want to start off with your story throughout high school leading up to this point and, you know, tackle the topic of, you know, actually, just go.
Okay, so during high school, I didn't know what the plan was for the summer, okay? And I wanted to do something before I started working full-time because I didn't go to college. And so after I graduated, my mother, God bless her heart, she surprised us with a trip saying that she's going to take us to her home country again. We hadn't had been since 2017, and we went when my dad was alive. He took us for his last vacation. And I hadn't been since 2017, and I was really excited because at that time I was really interested in my culture again, and I was really looking forward to seeing what it was like with a better open mind at a older age.
So where was this at? Where'd you go to?
So we went to the country of Turkey, and my mom's hometown, especially. That's where we stayed first. I don't know why he's fucking laughing, huh?
You know why I'm laughing. Anyways, continue.
He wants to say it.
Yeah,
anyway, yeah. So my mom's hometown is in southern Turkey. It's over there, in about an hour and a half away from the Syrian border. It's called Adana, and it's on the Mediterranean coast. But it's like towards the eastern part of the coast. And so we went there. You know, the flight wasn't bad. You know, it was really cool.
I'm trying not to say it, bro.
He wants to say it. I want to get into it, but this kid.
I'm sorry. Just keep going.
All right. Actually, before I get into that, I should really talk about how this was important to go on a trip like that. So, I do believe summer trips are, especially when you graduate, you know, what do they call them? Graduation trips? Senior trips.
Yeah, senior trips.
So that was my senior trip. We went to Turkey, and we spent a whole month there.
Oh, I thought it was way less than that.
Oh, no, bro.
Yeah.
We went. I missed my graduation. I didn't even get a graduation.
Because I remember seeing your story of you like posting about it. I didn't know you were gone for that long.
I was gone for a full month. Damn. Yeah. So the day we left was my graduation, like when I walked, but I didn't go because we had to catch the flight.
Yeah.
So, but in my opinion, I think it was worth it because I don't know when I'm going to go again because those plane tickets are expensive, and based on like political structure of the country over there, you never know what's going to happen. So it definitely was worth it, and I am grateful that I went rather than had a graduation.
So this was 2021, correct?
This was 2021.
Okay, because for me, I would ask you, since you're younger than me, about how COVID affected you going over there, because it probably wasn't as bad.
It was kind of a problem in a way. We had to get a lot of these documentations saying to get on the plane and stuff like that. And I can't tell you the specifics because I really don't know much about it. But all I know is we had to get tested before we left, and we had to get tested before we came home.
Yeah.
And we got lucky at the time. Actually, no, because at the time it was illegal to travel through the Europe to get to Turkey.
Yeah.
It was illegal. So we had to go from Salt Lake City to Chicago, from Chicago to Istanbul, which is the biggest city in Turkey. So you can't just stop in London. You can't stop in Munich.
You got to take a straight.
You got to take a straight way there. And so, yeah, that's what we did. But the entire time in Turkey, you had to wear a mask outside, and it's so fucking hot out there, bro. It is so hot. It was so hot and humid. Oh my God, especially in the eastern parts. But I'm gonna get into that. So yeah, we took a plane ride out there. We got there, my mom's hometown, pretty late at night. They fed us, and we talked to our cousins out there and shit, and fell asleep. Woke up at 6 a.m. All right. We stayed a few days in my mom's hometown, and it was pretty cool. I got to meet I met my family before, but I got to see a lot of my family again, and especially my grandma. I love her, and so it was cool seeing them. But after that, I think we went to Eastern Turkey. And this is what the topic is that I really wanted to talk about, was traveling to places that are extremely underrated. Mm-hmm. Because this part of the country is really, really, really underrated, bro, but it has a bad rep.
And why is that?
Because in the eastern parts of Turkey, there is an ethnic group that aren't Turks. They're actually called Kurds. And Kurds are stereotyped over there to be very ghetto and very somewhat dangerous. They think that of them. And but in reality, it wasn't really like that, obviously. But the eastern parts of Turkey has dealt with separatist groups, because the Kurds,
revolutionaries.
They want separatists. They
want to be separated from.
They don't want to be part of the Turkish government or Turkish country anymore, because they're their own. They have their own language, their own culture, their own religions, and all that. And they've been oppressed by the Turkish government and the Turkish people their entire time, for their existence, basically, since the Turks have been in Anatolia. And so, don't do that.
You can stop tapping. I think the mics are reading it.
Anyway.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead.
So we took a bus, bro. Holy shit. If only I told you how fucking cramped that bus was, bro. They filled up every fucking seat they could.
And how long was the bus ride?
Oh my God. So there were times, we would do stops, and we would stay one night in one city, one night in one city, one night in one city, et cetera, et cetera. So the first place we went to, I'd have to pull up a map, but I do believe that it was Kahramanmaraş. I don't even know if I pronounced it right.
I mean, I don't know how to pronounce it.
Kahramanmaraş. And that was pretty cool. But we didn't get to see much there, but that was a stop. We got to go do a quick little sightseeing and then bathroom break, get lunch type shit. And then we took a bus to Hatay. And Hatay is also in English called Antakya. And Antakya is a little wedge of Turkey that goes south, like a little pee-pee, like a little pee-pee. And it's like northwest of Syria. So it's right there. It kind of breaks into Syria. And in that part of the country, it's very mixed cultures. Like, it's mixed with a lot of Arab culture, because Arabs actually are native to that land. There are no Turks. There's Turks living there, obviously, but majority Arab population. There's a lot of Kurds living there as well, and there's Turks living there, but they live in harmony, honestly. It's not a dangerous part of the country, and it's very beautiful if you love mountains and stuff like that. I'd have to.
I didn't know they had a lot of mountains over there.
Oh, in the eastern parts they do.
Yeah.
Turkey actually isn't the stereotyped Middle East. They think, when you think of it, you probably think desert, correct? Yeah, desert. There's no deserts, bro.
Really?
There is no deserts,
bro. Movies have fucked our minds up. Let me tell you that.
If you think of like Arabia, correct?
Yeah.
But no, it's really not like that. But there was a city out there that was similar to Arabia. And, before I went to that trip in the eastern parts, I was nervous, because there were battles. Like, the cities that we were going to, there were battles, like literally a couple of years before.
So you were in war zones?
Literally war zones.
Wow.
Yeah. And especially in Diyarbakir. But I'll get to that when I get there. So we went on the bus ride to Hatay. It was really beautiful. Waterfalls, very green. Culture was beautiful. The food was delicious. Then we went back up, and then we went to Şanlıurfa. And Şanlıurfa was really cool. We had this little sit-down area where you could sit in a really traditional Middle Eastern area. They were like these people playing the drums. They were like flying their
So
flags.
you're interacting with all these people? Like, were you?
I was, yeah. And I was honestly surprised. I didn't think they would know Turkish. I thought they were going to speak their native languages, but I guess they had the time. I didn't know, but it's actually illegal for them to speak their language in schools and stuff like that. Yeah, it's ridiculous. They have to teach their kids. They have to teach the students in Turkish. They can't teach them in Arabic or Kurdish.
Yeah.
And so they know the language, and I was able to interact and speak and get around and shit like that. So it was really cool. Şanlıurfa was cool. It was a sit down area. They were playing their traditional Kurdish music and stuff like that, eating on the floor, like crisscross applesauce. It was really cool. Very traditional. And
so it was like little aisles of markets. Just
no. It was a restaurant.
Oh,
it was a restaurant, but they had all these kind of like people dancing all around you and stuff like that. It was really cool.
Were there bad females there?
So there's actually, for some reason, bro, when I was in the western parts of Turkey, there's a lot of American military men there.
Oh, that makes sense.
And I can't lie.
Were there bad Air Force? Okay, sorry.
There's like somewhat of a stereotype that Turkish women love black men. I don't know what it is, but that's actual thing. Like they say that.
Go over there, bro.
He's gonna go over there. But
no, they go. Did they wear Sorry, turbans over there?
No, go ahead and ask. Cause the turbans. So turbans or headscarves in a way. Yes. And
they wear the full.
Yes and no.
Okay.
So
do they have the choice to?
Yes.
Okay.
But in the geographical area of where Turkey is, it's not desert like that.
So it's not super windy.
It's not really needed.
Yeah,
it is really fucking hot. Don't get me wrong. But people over there are just wearing jeans. And they're wearing shirts like what I'm wearing right now out there. It's crazy. They be sweating. They don't believe in deodorant, though. That's a true stereotype, bro. I'm sorry.
You should sell it there. Your business idea? Selling?
They don't believe in deodorant, bro. It's sad. But anyway, but they do. They do have the choice. But like I said, it's not the Turks that are doing that. It's the Kurds in the country. So when I was in the eastern parts, I saw traditional like clothes, But when I was in the western parts, like the eastern parts, think of this. The eastern parts are traditional while the western is more modern. Think of Europe. Yeah. Like when you were living in Europe, think of how the people dress. It's the same shit. So yeah, so in the eastern parts, you will see them wearing, their full thobes. They'll wear their headscarves and stuff like that. But that's kind of only where you see it. You don't see it in other parts. Even in my mom's hometown is like split in the middle between west and east. It's literally smack in the middle in the south, and they don't even wear those stuff. I don't see it. So, anyway, we did the Urfa night. That was really fun. Sat down, they did the traditional music, and then we took a bus ride to, I think, Diyarbakir, and this is where the war zone stuff is I'm talking about. Yeah. And keep in mind, every fucking 30 minutes there is a military checkpoint checking for bombs in the cars.
Yeah, that's reasonable since it's right next to Syria.
Yeah, and Iraq.
Yeah,
exactly. And in those eastern parts, like I said, those separatist groups, they are fighting against the Turkish military constantly. So they don't. It's a security check basically. But they would come into the buses and check IDs. And one time they were checking our ID and they took like 10 minutes.
Why? Because they thought you guys were
because we're Americans.
Yeah,
we're Americans. I didn't have my Turkish citizenship, so they had they checked my American passport and and to make me seem all higher power and some shit, I gave them my military ID. And they were like,
"Did it scan?"
They don't even scan it. They took it to the hut or whatever, like their little, their little room, and they were checking it, and it came back. Obviously, I was okay. I'm not a fucking threat or anything, so. Anyway, yeah, so they did it. We passed and we were able to go through. And it pretty much every time they just looked at the passport and they just gave it back on it. You're good to go. But Yeah, so we went to Diyarbakir, and Diyarbakir was actually 1/3 of the city is destroyed. It's not there anymore.
Just in ruins.
It's in ruins, and they're rebuilding it right now.
Okay.
And the crazy part is, when I was walking around the city in the streets, I saw so much what they consider Turkish, what the Turkish government considers terrorist groups.
Mm-hmm.
I saw so much propaganda.
Like sus ass shit, bro.
No, I wasn't seeing people, but I was seeing propaganda, like posters and stuff like that.
Like what? Like wanted posters and
not wanted. So there is a man who leads this group, the Kurdish rebellion group, basically, or what the Turkish government calls the terrorist group. It depends on who you ask, basically. I'm not going to give my opinion. It's just going to keep out of that.
Yeah,
but I'm speaking general.
Just talk about
in general,
yeah.
He is wanted by the UN as well, but he is in prison right now. So regardless, I'm going to talk about it. There's a picture of this man. His name is Abdullah Öcalan, and his face is very iconic for Kurdish rebellion. Not just for this Turkish group, but also in Iraq and Syria, where the wars are going on. They use him as like an idol image. Like he was born in Turkey, and he's Kurdish, and he, in like the 80s or something, he funded like this. He started a rebellion group, and they started fighting against the Turkish government because in the 80s, the Turkish government actually made it illegal for Kurds to speak their language. They could face jail time for just speaking their language. Yeah. It's not like that anymore. In recent years, Turkey wants to join the European Union. So to do that, they kind of have to. Yeah, they kind of
get rid of their foolish rules.
Yeah, exactly.
They have to.
There's still foolish rules, but it's a lot better in my opinion.
Less strict, like
definitely
less stricter than just like restricting
completely
languages.
Restricting it. Yeah. But yeah, I was in Diyarbakir, and that was the city that I heard was going to be the most dangerous. Because
it turned out not to be that bad.
Oh hell no! It was my favorite city, dude. It was my favorite. No, it wasn't my favorite, but it was my second favorite city that I visited.
Tell us about the first.
I'll get to that because that was the second one I went to after that one. So Diyarbakir, that was really cool. I was sitting outside smoking cigarettes and drinking tea and shit with my brother. It was pretty cool. It was hot as hell outside. I don't know how we were doing that shit. My mom bought me my first headscarf over there. It was really cool. I don't know what happened. Oh no, shout out Bobby. He still has that shit. But anyway, and then I went to Mardin. And this city is called, specifically Midyat. And this city actually harbored, this city is North Mesopotamia. So one of the first civilizations ever in this world. And over there, they don't have too many of them, but this city used to harbor what they call Assyrian people. And these people were some of the first Christians ever in this world, ever.
Before the Romans?
So I don't know if it was before the Romans, but all I know is they adapted it and implemented it to their civilizations. They were one of the first, along with the Armenians and stuff like that. And during World War I, they were massacred. I'm not going to say massacred. They were genocided. And a lot of them left. So they don't live in Turkey anymore. Majority of them live in Europe now, and there's a huge population in Iraq. But the way they built their cities is their buildings were like literally sand. It looks like sand.
So like what, mud, dirt? And
no.
Sand castles. And
they looked like really beautiful buildings, bro. But they were the color of the soil around it. So they were really their stones were really good. They were really good stone workers.
Crazy camouflage.
Yeah, and it was really pretty, bro. I have never seen anything like it. But while I was there, we saw a jeweler, and my mom was talking to him, and he started speaking to another person. And my mom asked him, "What language are you speaking? Kurdish right now?" Because this is a Kurdish majority city. And he said, "No, I'm speaking Assyrian." And I was like, "Wow, there's only like 10, 20,000 in that city, which isn't a lot if you ask. Isn't a lot over the whole country."
Yeah, what's the overall population?
For Turkey?
Yeah.
80 million.
I didn't even know that. I thought it was under that.
Oh, hell no. It's a big country. So 10 to 20, that's not a lot.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to see an Assyrian speaker out there. And I feel like it's really important for them to preserve their language and culture and stuff like that because it almost got wiped out. So it's cool that it's still being preserved in that city. But like I said, like majority of the people, even like Turks living in the western parts, they view that part of the country very, very hostile. They view it as very dirty, not safe, it's not good. They don't have good views towards it. But you really don't know until you see it, bro, because I begged my mom to take me to the eastern parts, yet I was nervous, but I saw these travel videos and people were going there, and I just found it so beautiful and fascinating because that culture is just so rich and pure, and it has been unchanged for thousands of years. And so I wanted to see it with my own eyes. And though the trip was a pain in the ass due to the fact that
the bus again.
The bus. Oh my God. And my mom met a friend over there on that bus, and that bitch was so annoying, bro. Oh my God. She gave me a grape cigarette though, so shout out.
Grape.
It was grape flavor. It was just like prime time, you know. Just like prime time. But yeah, so we went to that part, and it was the highlight of my trip. That was a week-long trip for the eastern parts and through the bus.
Where did you stay at?
In hotels.
Okay, hotels.
So we would do stops at night, and they would fucking have us wake up at like 5 a.m. to leave. And they would drop us.
Catch the bus.
Yeah, catch the bus. And they would drop us off at like 10:30 to 11. So we'd be tired as fuck, bro. And they would have us sleep only a few hours of the night and shit. And they would be throwing these big ass, long ass dinners at night because we were staying in 3-star hotels at the time, and they were pretty nice actually. I gotta give them credit. The entire time, me and my little brother were trying to get Wi-Fi in the hotel rooms because it was just so boring, bro, sometimes. Because once you get in the hotel room, they don't let you leave. Because over there in Turkey, their COVID was so bad, you couldn't leave. Like, there was police, what do you say? There was a mandate, basically, where you cannot leave your home after 10 p.m. You can get in trouble for being on the streets.
So a curfew.
A curfew. Yes, I don't know why I couldn't think of it. Curfew, but that only went for Turkish citizens. So foreigners can be on the street, but it was pointless because all the businesses are closed. There's nothing to do at night. So what the fuck? So we wouldn't do shit at night, which was kind of lame because I liked the nightlife. You know, I liked to be out and shit like that. Well, I didn't really get that in the eastern parts, at least. But when we went to Istanbul, the Europe's biggest city, that thing harbors like, I think, 20 million people.
Damn.
Yeah, it's huge, bro. That's like almost a quarter of the entire country's population, just one city. So that nightlife was cool. But we actually saw some crazy shit happen over there. We saw protests, police, and they were shooting gas at them, rubber bullets.
Were they beating the fuck out of the citizens?
So it was a feminist protest.
What?
Yeah.
So women's rights over there.
I don't know if it was women's rights because I didn't read too much on it. But my little brother actually caught film, bro. He's over here recording them. And there was a lot of Pride people over there for Pride.
Really?
They were waving their flags.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know it spread that into Turkey.
Oh, definitely.
Oh, I did not
You
know
can
that.
be gay in Turkey. I don't know if you can get married.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah.
you can be gay. It's been legal since the 1800s over there. It's pretty crazy, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Something new.
Yeah. Yeah, so, but there was a protest going on, and literally, there's a street called Tuksum, and that's where we were staying. It's a very famous-ass hotel, and it's, tourists are always, while I was there, bro, I didn't see Turks like that. There was only Arabs and Europeans, just tourists, you know. It was cool though, but there was problems being in the big city. They don't give Turkish people taxi rides because they
give foreigners?
They looked for Arabs.
Oh,
because they got money. They think they got money. They tip better.
Oil money.
Something like that.
Yeah.
That's how they literally look at them.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, if my mom starts speaking Turkish to him, oh no, there's so much traffic, I cannot let you go on the bus. Blah blah blah, stupid shit. Pissed us off, and we'd be walking in that heat, bro. Walking miles just to get to the fucking Hagia Sophia Mosque, which was a Greek building. Now it's a mosque, and oh my gosh, it was such a pain in the ass. Walking up these big ass stairwells just to get to places and shit, bro.
That's a part of travel.
That is,
too,
yeah,
bro.
but that was a part of traveling, and I'm honestly very glad that I experienced it, even though it was hard and I'm complaining about it still. I am very glad that I did it because I can say that I did it, you know. It is important to be able to get out of your element and experience things. You got to be able to walk through things. And
Because like growing up too, you gotta understand like if your parents are hard on you, bro, it's for the best. Even if it's like you're a grown ass man too. Like I went to Georgia and I was like, I was waking up at fucking 6. My uncle had me doing like heavy lifting and outside gardening shit.
You said your family lived on a farm, literally?
Yes, they own land. They own a lot of land in Georgia. But anyways, get back to your.
So we did visit a lot of places. So the entire time, I wasn't actually with my family too much. It was really seeing the country for how it is. So we went to Izmir, which is a very, it's an Aegean city. So on the Greek, like by the coast with Greece, it's right there next to it. Yeah. And it was really cool. We went to Çanakkale, which is where the Battle of Gallipoli happened, which was a really, really bloody battle during World War One, where the British and the Australians tried to invade Turkey, or the Ottoman Empire at the time, and they lost. This was a big battle they lost. And hundreds of thousands of people died in that. Wow. Where I was standing, hundreds of thousands of people died. And there was mass graves everywhere. Mass graves. And but what I found really cool is they honored the British and the Australians as well. No disrespect towards them. Mm-hmm.
That's how war should be.
That's how it should be, because they were defending their homeland. The Turks were. And I'm glad that they don't think of it as such hatred anymore, because there was for a little while. They were disrespecting, like before the first president, which is who I got tattooed on my arm. There was a lot of disrespect towards the bodies of those British and Australian soldiers, but he made it like he punished people who did it. And he would allow families to, I think, come to the country and find their children's bodies and stuff like that, so they can take them home and bury them correctly and stuff like that. Yeah. And it's a very kind of a sad subject talking about it, because that battle means a lot to a lot of people in my country, because at that time the country was really falling, and it was the sick man of Europe, they called it, and they used a lot of children in that war. They're like 13, 14, 15-year-olds.
Yeah, and it's kind of sad. They had to die too.
They did. A lot of them did.
But did the kids actually believe?
They were volunteer soldiers.
Really?
Volunteered soldiers.
Wow, okay.
A lot of them. So yeah. But other than that, overall, that trip was worth it, because I got to experience some of the coolest things that literally my eyes have ever seen. I met people. I seen things, that changed my life. I honestly do believe that. And I'm not trying to he's smiling.
Yeah, you're getting emotional, dude.
I'm getting emotional, but it's honest truth, bro. I'm very glad that I had that opportunity to do that. I don't know when I'm going to go again. I really don't.
But you want to go again?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I want it.
So 10 out of 10 trip would do
10
again.
out of 10. Oh, 10 out of 10 trip. Definitely do it again. I recommend visit Turkey.
Real. Okay, bro. So is there anything else you want to talk about your experience?
In reality, there is so much I can talk about, but I wanted to keep it pretty generalized and short and sweet.
Nigga, that was 25 minutes.
But at the same time, I could go hours, though, if I really wanted to. If I wanted to get into specific details, I would make that shit like the new season of Stranger Things, bro.
You can write a whole show on this shit, bro. No bullshit.
Yeah. Where the fuck you going?
Oh, I was like, where
Our cameraman's being incompetent.
Yeah, he's trying to sneak out and go. Anyways, damn, I almost lost my story, dude. Okay, so I'm just supposed to talk about my experience
traveling.
Okay, so throughout high school, I had strict ass parents, bro. I had very, very strict parents. So I would honestly go under their noses all the time, just going out to parties and getting drunk and smoking weed and doing all this shit, because they didn't give me the chance to just go out, even though they knew what I was going to do. But still, it's not fair for me. So
it's the same shit for me. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. Still though.
But then again, you have to realize this was most high schoolers anyway.
Yeah. So
we live in Utah.
I didn't appreciate it, but I understand. Anyways, so moving on. So graduation rolls around after COVID, and then I graduate, and then I have this is 3 months prior. I was showing Connor earlier before we recorded this. Excuse me. I had me and my current roommate we're looking for houses and apartments because we wanted to move out as soon as we graduate because he had the same situation. Anyway, so 2020, around August, I moved out. Told my parents I'm leaving in 2 days. They're like, okay. So I left. And
Did you tell them like 2 days before
I
you
was
left?
letting them know all summer.
Okay.
Yeah, I was letting them know all summer. I'm like, Mom, I'm moving out.
I thought you just
I got a new
spontaneously
job. I'm
moved
moving.
out.
Yeah, I'm getting another job because I want to move out. All this other stuff. Yada yada yada. Anyways, so I went through with it, and you guys know the story if you know me. But I partied my ass off. And it was so much fun. But I was also learning stuff. I was learning how to take care of myself, buying groceries, all that stuff. You know, the minimal stuff that you had to learn. And then 2021 rolls around. I get my tax return. It's like $5,000, and I just get a credit card. You guys
This
already know.
story is so funny, bro.
I get a credit card, dude. $4,000 limit. And around the same time, a group of my friends were going down to Philadelphia to visit one of our other homies in college because she goes to college at UPenn. And I'm like, they're like, Jaden, you should come with us. I'm like, okay. So I grab my credit card, go on Delta. Oh no, this app called Hopper. Anyways, go on Delta Airlines, buy a $400 ticket. And I'm like, bro, I just bought a $400 ticket. This is crazy. And I bought a hotel, and I couldn't get a car, obviously, but it was crazy. It was like, wow, I'm about to travel on my own. And the hardest thing was going to my parents. I was like, bro, what am I going to say? Like, how am I supposed to say this? So I just said, fuck it, dude. Went to my parents' house, sat them down, like, hey guys, I have something important to tell you. And they're like, what is it? They're like sitting down. They're like, think it's something serious. And I'm like, so I'm traveling to Philadelphia on my own. I have a plane ticket. I have this. We're going to do this and this and this throughout the week. And I'm like, I'm prepared to go. And they just sit down in silence. They're like pissed off, bro. They are pissed off like crickets. Like they didn't say a single fucking word, dude. Like not at all. And I was just like, what do you guys think? They're like, well, you're grown. I'm like, yep. They did not want me to travel on my own, but it is very, I at the time, I thought it was very important that I did because I just felt so trapped my entire life and I wanted to explore something new. Even though like I was a military kid also, and I traveled all over Europe as a child. So I've experienced the world, like, at least overseas, but, I haven't like done anything on my own truly. And I felt like this was going to be the release that, kind of opened me up. I didn't think that afterwards, but still, I thought it was going to be like, oh my God, like I'm going to do this. Like I'm such a grown man. I can do whatever I want. But honestly, bro, do not use your credit card to buy plane tickets if you can't pay it back.
What happened?
You mean what happened?
What happened? You got approved for a credit card.
I got approved for a credit card. As soon as I got it, I used it to buy a plane ticket. And then I was using that credit card all throughout Philadelphia to buy Ubers, dinner. I also bought the hotel ticket. So it was like $1,000 in the card with a $4,000 limit. Not too bad. But there's also some extra shit we will not talk about that was on that credit card because I just don't want to. Anyways, so I get on. So we go to the airport early, yada, yada, yada. Get on the airplane, fly there. And the first thing that I think about when I get to the airport is like, wow, I actually made it. So what's next? So I start making plans with these guys. We catch an Uber to my hotel and they catch Uber to theirs because we kind of had separate hotels. I had a really nice view, dude. It wasn't.
What part were you in?
I would say downtown.
Downtown?
Yeah, it was like in the middle of the city.
Oh, okay, cool.
So,
See the Rocky Balboa statue?
who the fuck is that? I'm just kidding. Yes, I did. Wrong one.
I can't believe that you almost tricked me out there for a second.
I was fucking with you, dude.
Don't
Of
be a
course I saw
fucking
that shit.
idiot.
It's literally right there. Anyways, so there's the main. Shut up, nigga. What's Philadelphia? Born and raised. So I don't know much about where all the parts were because I was mostly in the university city, which is where UPenn was and all these other universities. So it was pretty cool.
So you were on the campus areas mostly?
Yeah, but it wasn't even like a campus, dude. It was like a whole city. Like they had stores, subways.
Is it kind of like how it is up in Salt Lake with
Yeah,
the dorms
sort of.
and stuff by the in the city?
Yeah, but it's way bigger. It is.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's literally.
But
like,
I'm just it's similar in that aspect at least. Okay.
So that's what I spent most of my time at, right? But we did explore the cities. We went to museums, attractions, all that stuff.
What part of the year did you go?
2021.
So,
early 2021. So,
it was cold.
Yeah, March.
It was cold.
Yes, very cold.
Philly gets cold.
Very cold. very, 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 very cold. And a lot of walking took place, so it wasn't that fun with how cold it was. But nigga, I bought a jacket, so get off my dick, bro. Dick riding ass nigga. Anyways.
Derrick Rose.
I fucking hate you so much. Anyways, so yeah, I go on with that, and yeah, spending most of the time in University City partying with the UPenn kids. Met a few women, yeah, you know. Real shit. Anyway, so the whole time I was there, I was just kind of thinking, like, man, I didn't really feel much of it, but now that I look back on it, I'm like, wow, this is what real freedom feels like. Exploring a city on your own, even if it wasn't with a group of friends.
Yeah,
I bought everything myself. I stayed by myself. I ordered my own room service, bro. Like, come on.
And it was for a week, correct?
Yeah, for a week.
Okay.
So yeah, it was very expensive, but
yeah,
honestly, I I remember most mornings and most nights I was just kind of just up watching Shameless. I got like through 3 seasons.
Really?
Yeah. You know that show?
I know of the show. All I remember is some guy beat a kid with a hammer and killed him.
I can't tell you exactly what
over
that is.
a bike.
That's like 80% of what happens in the show. Just people getting beat, drug dealers.
Some guy.
Sex.
He was a white boy. He's friends with him, and he thought he was a gangbanger or something. And he killed a kid over a bike with a hammer.
Oh yeah, the big black dude. And oh yeah, I know.
Is that yeah?
Yeah, because he stole his bike or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know why he would do that. That's crazy. Anyways,
Rest in peace, Billy.
you know the nigga's name. Oh my God. So
anyway, keep going, bro.
yeah, it wasn't like anything extraordinary. Like I didn't like do like crazy attractions, but it was really nice exploring a city on your own. And I was calling my parents constantly. They were calling me too constantly, bro. They wanted to check on me, see how I was doing. They were calling me every single day, every single night. Like,
I get that, bro.
They were worried about me, and I told them, Mom, I'm fine. I can handle myself. It's okay.
Were they calling you at the wrong times too?
No, it was usually. Yeah. No. No.
I'm sorry.
No, not. Okay, not those times. Anyways, so before I go on to the next part, guys, you got to realize if you guys are 17, 18, about to graduate high school, you guys need to know this, because if you guys have strict parents like me and Khan did and haven't explored the world or your world or anything else, I encourage everybody, if you haven't taken the step already, take the step and move forward with your life. Move out, because you can prepare for it all you want. That's fine. I don't really care. But even if you don't, still do it, bro, because life is still a challenge overall. It'll make you better. It'll make you smarter overall. And early on, too, because if you're 20 years old like me living, like so far, bro, I've learned so much about life and so much about what is important as a man and as an adult. So, yeah, that's kind of what I take from all these experiences, including that one, traveling on my own. And, man, I say, bro.
What was the funnest thing you did out there?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I think it was the parties, dude.
The parties?
The parties were crazy.
Yeah.
I think I went to 2. They were frat parties.
Yeah,
so
I'd assume so,
yeah,
bro.
so I didn't think I would get in, bro. So the group I was with, there's a bunch of girls, no guys. So I just kind of stayed behind them. And I think everybody knew, because they knew the girl who actually went to the university. And I think the whole frat knew that she was bringing friends from a different state. Okay. So they just let me in, because usually you don't let dudes in like that.
Yeah. Well, usually when I went to California, there was these frat parties in Chico, and they let people in, but you had to have more girls in your group. Yeah. So I'm pretty sure you're okay.
Yeah, so I was okay, bro. And I was like, I dabbed with one of the frats. I'm like, what's good, bro? He's like, where are you from? I was like, I'm from Utah, bro. I'm not even from here. He's like, really? You're from Georgia? I'm like, yeah, bro. Decided to tag along because I had nothing else better to do. Utah boring as fuck. No bullshit. But anyways, so yeah, I partied, man. There was 2 black dudes in there. You're like, yo, dude. They fucking dab me. I'm like, bro, come on. I understand it, but like, come on, bro. And
was there not a lot of black people?
There was only 2 black dudes.
Oh, what the fuck?
Like 2 black people. There were the only 2 black people in there.
I thought it was a more diverse school.
I mean, in a sense, but honestly, I expected a lot of black people would be there. But what I found most fascinating is the black people, how they interact with me, and like in the streets. Like I went to a Foot Locker, all the black people there were super nice. They were being all polite. They were like, bro, I fuck with that. I was like, I fuck with that, bro. I fuck with the mismatched shoes, bro.
Dick riders.
Yeah, literally dick riding me, bro. I'm like, bro, yo, that's cool as fuck. Niggas in the street, like, bro, I fuck with your fit, bro. I'm like, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. I'm like, shit.
A lot more friendly.
Yeah, a lot more friendly than over here or anywhere else I've been. So I was like super surprised, and I fell in love with the city. Honestly, it's a really, neutral place. It's not a lot of hatred going around. At least not that I noticed. I did take a lot of pictures of homeless people, though.
Did you?
A lot of pictures.
I know Philly's known for that.
I have a whole catalog of homeless people from Philadelphia.
So, in the end, you did take a trip out there to Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the right decision?
It was definitely the right decision in the sense of my morale and my... God, I don't know, because I would say yes and no. Yes, no financially, and yes in the sense of I did it, I explored, I'm satisfied. Mm-hmm. Now I know what to do and what not to do. So that's the overall take from it. But that's my take on it. But for you guys, I recommend that you try doing this. Either if it's moving out, traveling to another state, or I don't know.
Do you find it more motivational if you move out and you can take care of yourself to do better and to stay out of your parents' house?
See, here's the thing.
Like, how is your view on that?
It all depends on your situation. I still recommend moving out, but I don't give you shit if you move back. Because if you move back, there's one of two things. Something went wrong, or something you know that something's going to go wrong, and it's not the best choice. I stayed moved out because I still enjoy my freedom. If I were to move back, even though I'm 20, bro, I would still have a curfew at 10. I'd be like, oh my God.
Yeah, fuck that
It would kill me, dude. Especially with how busy I am now, it would kill me. So it was the best decision to respect my parents, thinking how they want things around the house and how I think. I think I should have as much freedom as I can get as a 20-year-old. Because so I recently moved into a house. You know this, yada yada yada. Before that, I was in an apartment. So moving into a house, it feels a lot more.
The parties in that apartment, let me tell you,
it was crazy, right? Never had one single cop. Never had one single cop enter my apartment, bro. Like,
did they ever show up?
No.
Are you fucking kidding me?
For the year and a half I had that apartment, bro, every single we've had loud ass parties.
No, that's what I'm saying.
There have been guns pulled out in the front of my house or the apartment complex building, and no shops have ever shown up. It wasn't even a ghetto area. My apartment building was nice, dude. And my neighbors, okay, so for the first half that I was living in that apartment, my neighbors actually were really chill. And then there were some neighbors that moved in that were kind of bitchy. Fuck y'all, by the way. Anyways, yeah, so my neighbors were kind of chill. That's why we didn't really have anything. They gave us free weed, dude.
What the fuck?
All the time. And these niggas had like 3 kids. They were definitely from, I think they were from Colorado or California, so it makes sense.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and the dude was in the military. Like, bruh!
Yeah. I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So, guys, either if you're going to a different state in the United States or moving to a different country, you guys need to explore a new area, region, country, whatever, because it's very important to realize how certain things are in certain areas, and you can kind of be fulfilled from that. You know what I mean?
Even if you can't leave the country, you don't realize how big this country is. There's so many places that you can visit that are completely different than the state you were living in. Like you said, like Philly was almost different, completely different than Utah.
I felt like I was at home when I got there, man.
Yeah. You see, like, I do find it important to travel, even if you have to alone.
Yeah.
I do, because I went to California after that turkey trip. Literally 2 weeks.
I think it's especially alone that gives us growth.
Yeah.
That we grow from. You know
and
what I mean?
you can do whatever you want, technically, and you enjoy yourself.
Yeah, the world is yours at that point.
Exactly. Like 2 weeks after I came back from Turkey, that month-long trip, I was so tired. And then I worked for 2 weeks, and then I went to California for a week.
Damn.
Yeah, I went to California for a week by myself. I've never done anything like that. I drove 10 hours from Salt Lake City to Chico, which is about an hour and a half north of Sacramento. Chico. It was pretty cool, I was out there visiting someone, and I bought my own Airbnb for a week, and I felt free, bro. You know how much I loved it? I liked staying in there by myself. Like, it was so nice. I loved it. I wasn't really cooking. I was buying fast food and shit, but
I mean, it's hard to cook on a trip.
Yeah,
it's hard to cook.
California's expensive.
Yes, that's why everybody's leaving there and coming here, bro.
The second time I went to California,
it's like, damn, this house costs.
I could not afford to fucking stay in an Airbnb for 2 weeks.
This house costs $500,000. That's light work, bro.
I dropped
a house this size costs like $2 million.
For that week, I dropped like almost $900 fucking dollars on that Airbnb.
Damn,
it was, but I don't regret it because I'd never been to Northern California in my life ever. And it was pretty cool, honestly. In my opinion, it's actually really underrated. It was really pretty. It's just a little expensive, but California is expensive in general. Yeah, but it was cool. But that city kind of has a lot of homelessness due to the fact. Remember when Northern California was having those forest fires?
Mm-hmm.
There's a city that's really close to Chico that connects. It's called Paradise, and that city burned down.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like much of a paradise to me.
Oh yeah, it burned down. So there's so many homeless people living in. There's like a veteran park. They're living in the veteran park.
That's shitty.
Like a memorial park.
Nobody's helping them out or anything like that?
They just live in tents. I didn't see anyone shopping them out. And I actually wanted to see it because I like history in that aspect and I like seeing memorials. But I didn't feel comfortable going in there, especially with my girlfriend at the time, because these people, they're not all good people. And like they completely took the park for themselves. Mm-hmm. And I was like, holy shit. And like even on the streets, there's just homeless people just fucking tweaking out.
Did you take photos?
I didn't.
Why not?
I wasn't focused on that. I was focused on enjoying my time there. I was there for a different reason than you weren't there, okay? So don't sit here.
My whole purpose was to take photos of all the homeless people.
That was his whole push. I don't know why I'm copying you. Fucking stupid. Stupid. Anyway.
So yeah, we helped our audience once again.
We did. And I hope you take this and roll with it. Especially you high school kids that just graduated before the summer ends. Fucking go do something.
Yeah, bro. Don't sit at home on your lazy fat ass.
Don't. Hey, you want to come over?
You spend the week.
Bro,
you want to come over, fuck? Anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching this episode. Even though Khan had a long ass fucking story,
that was a good story.
It was a good story. It made me cry and shit. But yeah, guys, again, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, ring the doorbell, follow, leave a rating. There's so much shit. And subscribe to our Ko-Fi page, guys. We have a lot of exclusive content on there and many more stuff coming if you guys help support the show. Just share it. Even sharing is enough for us, guys. We're trying to reach as much people as we can because we're trying to make a difference in the younger generation. So, guys, thank you for watching. It's been Khan and Kuhn. Khan and Jaden.
He really said that.
I did.
He really said that.
Real shit. Bye. Voice to Men Podcast is a production of Preme Media. Editing by Jaden Ford. Music produced by Ronnie Rewind, MGMT, and Mikhail Descopins. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Boys to Men Pod. And subscribe to our YouTube channel found in the show description.